G321 evaluation. Question 6. What have you learned about technologies from the process of constructing this product? The use of recording and processing my coursework electronically on my blog was important, as I added all of my work on it. I used blog posts. I added pieces of planning, for example, shot lists, which are made into a table, and then I added it onto my blog. I also took pictures of my storyboard, and then I uploaded the pictures onto my documents and then put them onto a blog post and posted it under my planning. I mainly use PowerPoints for my research because I felt that I can create a slide or two on each generic area. For example, I used characters, then Enigma, then like soundtrack and many other aspects. For example, my Third Man case study is a perfect example because I structured it very well and it turned out to be a very good case study. I'm doing the last couple of questions of my evaluation on a video diary because it shows my use of TechBlog to be, you can use a range of different pieces of text from PowerPoints to video diaries, which shows my knowledge and I can use them effectively. Research was important because researching online is extra important because when I needed to do a case study, I needed to get a better understanding of the film and the generic conventions and how I can compile a very good case study. Watching the whole film is important as it gives a wider range of knowledge to me and how the conventions are portrayed throughout, so I can use them in my case study. But also using IMDb was good because it allowed me to get a range of extra information such as the plot, user reviews of what they thought, and it showed me how I can put it into the question. I produced, without the internet, it would be very difficult because it would limit my access, and therefore it limits my understanding, and the quality of I produce wouldn't be as near the quality as what I have been creating. I was also able to identify clips on YouTube and also use screenshots from these in my videos and add them to my case studies and annotate them. Planning is also very important. I didn't use too much technology with my planning, but a significant part of my planning was to take pictures of the location. So to do this, I went out to the location I've chosen. For example, we went to the bridge, we went to archways, and it was important to take pictures so we knew what we were filming and how we can get these generic conventions of the location. So for example, claustrophobia and feeling isolated. So to do this, I took pictures with my phone, which is another piece of digital technology I used, which without that it would have been very difficult to get any pictures at all. So that was a very important part. Collaborating with my group via phones was also very important. We all exchanged numbers and messaged each other to make sure we remember our shooting schedule and make sure we remember to bring the equipment. For example, the camera and the tripod were essential in order to film. We also talked over social media such as Facebook to get messages across to each other, which is an important part. Having good communication skills is very important, and being able to connect via the phones worked extremely well because we were able to contact each other and make sure we all knew what we were doing at all times. During the shoot, we had a Canon digital camera provided by the school, and we were able to shoot our footage and then review it, and if we liked it we kept it, and if it was poor quality or not up to the standards we wanted, we could just delete it and carry on, make new shots. We could film as much as we wanted because we would all put it onto the computer and pick what we wanted to do during the edit. We used a Jessop's tripod, which was of good quality, and with this it enabled us to use tilt shots on the camera, and it made our shots even better. And tilt shots are also commonly used in thriller films, for example The Third Man in Harry Lime, when Holly is disorientated when he sees the doorway of complete blackness with the figure of a man, there was a tilt shot used to show Holly's confusion. And with the editing, we were able to pick all of the shots we wanted and add them to a timeline, which allowed us to review the footage in order to create our film opening. We used flashbacks to create the noir effect, and to do this I used a black and white fades on the shots, and the transactions into and out of the flashbacks were dipped to black, so it was clear to the audience to see what was modern day and which was flashbacks. Towards the end, the modern day shots began to darken, and to do this we used a darkening effect, and a blue tint was also used to create a dark and spooky atmosphere, which we got that idea from a Scandinavian TV drama called The Bridge. During the cliffhanger, dissolves were used so that you can see the similarities of the two males, so Henry Lyme and the copycat killer. You could see the similarities between them, and we were able to link them to one another, and it also showed the confusion in Sophie's mind. So with all the technology we used, they all played a significant part in making our thriller film a success, and I learned a lot from using all these, which I can put into much more work, and it will help me in the future.